Okay, welcome to the intro and let's say advanced part of the compute engines. Yeah, so what we have in here, if we're gonna go to the instance menu, yeah, we'll be able to create instances. Okay, so what we're gonna do in here, we're gonna create another instance today, but we'll also, why I'm gonna do this, I will show you a little bit about the capabilities of these instances. So let's go and give it, let's say, the name web1 for this instance. In here, yeah, you can select the compartment where you want to put it. As I said, I will split networking, we'll leave it in network, and everything else will be in the demo compartment. Also, yeah, I have created a user demo that can be logged in and use and can start creating this. But for the easiest way for me, yeah, is to implement yeah, everything using an administrator, yeah, because of the rights that are initially already in there. For other services, you're gonna see that without proper policies, even if you're administrator, you'll not be able to use those services. So what we can do in here, yeah, next we select the placement of these machines. Yeah, if we are in a region where you have multiple availability domains like Frankfurt or London or in the US, in Phoenix or Ashburn, yeah, you can select different availability domains. As I repeated, at a certain point, each ID is different, yeah, from different customers, yeah. So if you are in 82, means that if you have another tenancy, that 82, you will be in a different location. Now, from compute part, yeah, we also need to look at these capacity types. Okay, so capacity types, there are these ones. Yeah, we have on-demand capacity. So this is the default one, this is the basic one, this was the first offering that we had in OCI. So that means that you create an instance, and that instance is created based on the existing resources in the tenancy at that point. Okay, so from time to time you might get in a certain availability domain that are not enough, let's say E5 or maybe older shapes in place. Okay, so this is part of the on-demand capacity. Now, if you're using testing, if you want to do, let's say, a shared infrastructure and you don't care about, yeah, like I want to do in here a demo, and I don't care if in a few hours Oracle will take this instance back from me, yeah, I can go and I can use this preemptible capacity. Yeah, that means that the instance can be reclaimed at almost any time. Yeah, I think you can run it a few hours with no issue, but that's one of the let's say minuses of this availability. Now, capacity reservation, yeah, so this is something that let's say is used by customers that need to have at all the time additional capacity in place. They do not want to pay the full price for the service, but they are willing to pay, let's say, around 50% of the price of on-demand capacity, and they will, let's say, if they want to create resources, they can use from that capacity that was reserved before. Now, this one, dedicated host. Dedicated host is created for the customers that requires to be the only ones on a certain bare metal machine. Okay, difference between bare metal machine and dedicated host is that on bare metal machine, the end user is the one who is responsible for installing the OS and taking care of everything on that machine, while a dedicated host has the Oracle hypervisor into it, and the user will use normal workflow. Yeah, they're gonna create that dedicated host, and they're gonna start putting different resources into that machine. Now, compute cluster, yeah, this is part of the high performance computing. Yeah, so this is a more advanced topic that will not be covered into this training. Okay, so let me select again on-demand capacity. Let's hide this part. Now let's look a little bit of the security. If you're taking security seriously and you want to get, let's say, protection starting from the boot level software, you can go and enable the shield instances, and let's say from here you can let's say select what you want to go. Yeah, if you selected a certain shape that supports this, yeah, if they have secure boot enabled on that shape, if you want to use the TPM, the trusted platform module on that instance, yeah, so this is the option that you have in there. Now, as you can see, because I have selected as a shape, it is an it's an ARM machine, yeah, it will give me those type of errors. But now, if I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna change the shape, and I'll go, let's say, with an E4 flex. yeah, I will select the shape in here. Some things will change in the backend. Yeah, I'm able to select the secure boot option. Okay, and in here, yeah, I can also select measure boot if I want to do this, and I also have the TPM is using there. But with confidential computing, it needs an advanced CPU. Yeah, so that means that not, as I said before, not all let's say shapes have all of these enabled. So you need to look what are the shapes, what are the regions where they're available, yeah, and how you want to implement them. If you're asking about performance, to be sincere, I don't think, and from what I've seen and heard from my other customers that use this type of it, there should not be more than a 3-4% decrease of the performance, because they are latest CPU on the market. Then you must not feel it, yeah, that you have this type of security enabled on your machine. In my case, I don't need it. I just wanted to show you. Now I'll move to the image shape and shape capability. Okay, now we started with the shape, so let's talk a little bit about it. Remember, yeah, we have these two options in OCI. We have virtual machine and bare metal machines. Bare metal machine, they come with the additional option that is the dedicated virtual host, yeah, so the DVH, where you don't need to install the OS. But in case you want to install OS in here and you're gonna have a limit, yeah, you're able to use the limits and all of that, yeah, you can select the shape in here, and yeah, you'll install the operating system for it. So you can install Linux 8, and you see you have in here this bare metal. Yeah, that means that you can install the operating system on bare metal. If you go in here, yeah, on the Windows part, you need to install, yeah, it's recommended to use the data center edition, yeah, for the bare metal, because if you're gonna go and use Hyper-V, then you should be able to install and take care of the Microsoft licensing directly from the source. Yeah, so in here, yeah, data center edition is very okay, because you are entitled to use unlimited. I think that was a few years ago. I don't know what is the licensing now, so I will stop from saying more about this. But yeah, usually we recommend to go with the data center, because the price is the same and you only pay for the number of CPUs. Yeah, so the pricing for a bare metal on Windows, yeah, might be very big. Yeah, just because of the operating system. Let me change the shape again. Yeah, so we have multiple bare metal machines that we can take. We can take from ARM. We can go from let's say AMD shapes, E2, E3, E4. We can also take the older standard one, so these are the older Intel shapes and so on. Now, if we move back to the virtual machines in here. Yeah, we have these AMD shapes, yeah, from where you can select. We have Intel shapes, yeah, from where you select the Intel standard, and also have optimized, but in my tenancy it's not available. And we also have Ampere, yeah, Ampere shapes in here. So with all of this in mind, yeah, what you can do in here, we can go and we can select and provision that machine. If you click on specialty and the previous generation, you're gonna see that there are additional machines that will appear in here. You have dense IO, GPU, HPC. In this tenancy, I do not have them, but I will show you this in a different tenancy. So 1 second, let me pause it and let me connect to another tenancy. Okay, so I logged in another tenancy. Yeah, it is a child tenancy again. So let's see if I have this available here. Okay, yeah, so in here, if I go to the compute and I try to create it, you're gonna see that I have more shapes. Yeah, so from AMD side, yeah, I also have the E4, the one that was available in the free tier too. Yeah, instance that I have in there. But also I can go with the E5 Flex, yeah, which is the latest AMD one. If I'm gonna click on the Intel machine, I'll have the standard Flex. Yes, it is the normal Intel machine. But I also have the optimized one. Yeah, the optimized has a very more powerful CPU into it. From Ampere, yeah, I also have the one Flex that was available on the other node too. But in here, as you can see, I have dense IO shapes. Okay, so dense IO shapes means they are using NVMe direct attach storage, yeah, on that machines. Yeah, so you have the NVMe directly on those machines. Yeah, so you can you can select the number of CPUs, and you're gonna see the number of drives that can be attached, yeah, to this machine. They can have 16 CPUs, 200 GB of memory, and you have to do NVMe drives. Yeah, so these are the ones that these are the capabilities, yeah, on the dense IO shapes. One other thing that you have also have in here, you have the capability to go with the GPU sides, yes, the GPU ones, yeah. So you can select a shape that has a GPU in front of it. You're gonna select which is the I agree to use it, yeah. You need to change the OS that is capable of using GPU, yeah. So you see I can select the GPU in here, and I can look in here, let's say for a machine that supports GPU, yeah. So usually they're in the marketplace, yeah. In here maybe let's look for something they already have CUDA or something else in here, like Julia AI GPU image, NVIDIA Cloud Machine GPU image, and so on. Okay, the price is free for all of them, but they already have pre-configured data, like I only want data science and so on. Yeah, so they have Conda installed. You can see PyCharm Community Edition. Also you have data science notebooks, Jupyter, and so on. So yeah, so these are things that can be done. I don't need a GPU in here. I haven't played with data science for a really long time, so it's not yeah, the part that I'm gonna do in here. I'll go maybe on this machine, yeah, with an E4 flex, yes, to have it, and I'll select the shape. But before doing this, yeah, I don't think I will use this tenancy for this. I'll move back to my other tenancy in here. So let me select the basic one, yeah, E4 flex with 2 CPUs in here. Yeah, I'll select the shape, and yeah, I want to make it as close to reality. Yeah, as you can see it first time, yeah, that is another, that one is a paid tenancy. This one is starting in free trial and will be updated as a paid one. Now, yeah, while we are in the compute instance, we have the option here to start increasing, yeah, the shape, the boot volume of this machine, yeah, from the beginning. Yeah, so I can increase it to 100 GB for this machine. As you can see here, we have a summary of the price that we're gonna pay for this machine for running the full month. Yeah, in here we can use let's say using transit encryption, yeah. So we can encrypt the data between instances, boot volume and block volume, or you can leave it without it. It's your choice. I'll leave it because there is no impact on my machine on this one. And also I have the option here to use encryption with a vault, yeah. A vault, it is not available until you create it. So in this case, at this point, I'll not be able to use it, but I'll talk about it a little bit later. And also it is important, leave the live migration in, because enabled, because if something happens with the hardware or the app, the machine can be automatically moved by Oracle for you. If not, you need to get the notifications and say when you want to do the movement and so on. Yeah, so it's a little bit more headache for you. Now, if you click on advanced options, we have the management menu. In the management menu, we have the option here to start using Cloud Init scripts. Yeah, so this machine will be without a Cloud Init, but on the next machine, I will use the same commands that I will put in here, yeah, to install an HTTP machine and so on, yeah, for this, and I will yeah, do it directly from Cloud Init to see how easy it is to do it from the beginning when you start to create that machine. Okay, so I download it. Yeah, okay, I have the keys. So now what I can do, I press create at the end, and I will wait for the machine to be created. So I'm out of, yeah, this one in the free tier. Let me move to 81. As I said, from time to time you're gonna receive this type of errors that says that in that region you don't have it. This is a free tier, okay, so it is not let me see here, let Oracle choose for it. Okay, so these ones are not let's say optimized for creating different resources. So in here, because I'm not able to create in this region, yeah, is because it's my free account and there's certain limitation. So let me move to another machine then. Let me move in here. Yeah, this is the paid one. So let me name it web1 in here. It's gonna be in compartment 1. Let me go down in here and let me select an existing VCN. I have a VCN created in here or not? Okay, I don't have any VCN created in here, so let me redo the video with the VCN to understand how easy it is to do all of this very fast. Yeah, so in here I'm gonna be in demo 1, start the VCN, demo VCN1, give it the name. Let me put it, maybe let's go in here from 10. Let's start this from 10. Yeah, we want maybe to connect with the other ones and so on. So I have the VCN, I have the CIDR blocks, Yeah, press next, everything should be created. Yeah, gateways, security list and route table. I press create. Yeah, waiting for the private one to create it. Yeah, the private subnet is the one that is taking the most time with it. Yeah, it's gonna be around 10 seconds to create this one. After this one is created, yeah, I can go back to view VCN. I will not do anything in here, but you can see I have regional from private and public networks. I'll go back to compute instances. You'll see again the menu, yeah, that we seen it earlier. Let's give it the name demo1. Okay, leave it in AD1, Linux 8, MD Flex. But now, yeah, you see I select the virtual cloud network. I'm in the demo VCN1. I'm gonna put this machine in a private subnet. Yeah, I don't like to put them in public. And in here, yeah, assign automatically the private IP addresses. I can do it manually. So yeah, I can put in here what is this one, but I'll let Oracle decide for me. Let me upload the public key that I have it from this. Yeah, this is the public one that we just downloaded in there. So I'll have also the private. Yeah. In here, let me specify the boot volume. Let's make it 100 because I want to show you how easy it is to extend it on the machine, and I'll press create. Okay, so now we did this. The machine is in creation mode. Next thing that we need to do in here is to go and to connect to this machine. Okay, so until it's finished, yeah, I need to connect to this private subnet. So if I want to create public private subnet, I need to have a site-to-site VPN. I need to have maybe a jump host to do that, or I can go and use Cloud Shell, or also I can use Bastion. Yeah, in other videos I already showed you how to create from Cloud Shell. What I'm gonna do right now in here, I'm gonna create another instance. It's very fast. Let's name it Bastion Station. Yeah, I'm gonna give it in here the Bastion Station. I will leave the same data in here, but this time, yeah, I will put it in a public subnet. I will assign also the public, assign automatically the public IP. I will uncheck this because I want to do it manually. And let me use the same key that I used before to make it my life easier. Yeah, so we have this key in here. I can, let's say, extend also this one to 100, and I will show you on this machine. So in here, first step, yeah, I created the second machine. This is the Bastion station. If we go in here, yeah, you're gonna see the VCN part and so on. For this machine, port 22, yeah, we have the public subnet. We don't have any network security groups in here. I'm gonna click on the subnet. I'll go on the subnet. I'm gonna look at the default security list. Yeah, port 22 is open from everywhere. So now what I need to do is to wait for the machine to start. So let me use this one for now, and later I will show you the other part. Yeah, so I'm using PowerShell. Let me find the IP of this machine. Okay, so in here, this is the, yeah, I don't have a public IP address yet, even if I'm in the public one. Let me go on the left. You see you have resources. You click on the attach VNICs. You click on the VNIC, yeah, the one that you have in there. You can add additional VNIC if you need it. And in here you have the primary IP address. Yeah, you see that you don't have a public IP address attached to it. I'll click IPv4 address in here. I will assign a secondary one. I can do that, but I want to edit the existing one. And in here I can create a reserved public IP address. Okay, it's not created yet. If I had it before, I can use it, but let me create a new one. Yeah, let's name it Bastion Service, and I will leave yeah, Oracle from here to do this, and I will click update. After I'm gonna click update, yeah, a public IP address will be attached to this one, and yeah, in here it's reserved. I will delete it later, so don't try to connect to it. And in here, yeah, I will take this IP address from here. Okay, I will go to this machine in here. So let me go to see downloads. Okay, so in here I will use SSH -I. So in here I have, this is, let's search for the latest key. It should be this one, hopefully, or this one. Let's see. And now I'm gonna put it in here. The user for the Oracle machines, it is OPC. Okay, so we're gonna put this OPC. Yeah, it's asking, yeah, the fingerprint of this, and yeah, I'm on the OPC Bastion host. So now I connected to the machine. Now, because why I did create it, I have created this machine, yeah, public one. I want to connect to something that is in the backend. So at this point, what I want to do, yeah, I don't want to leave port 22 open for all users and so on. So in a public subnet, I can go and I can create a network security group. Okay, so with a network security group, what I can do in here, I can go, what is my IP? Okay, let's accept. What is my IP address? So in here, I will copy this. Okay, I will copy the IP address that I have at this point. I'll go to the networking side, and in the networking side, okay, let me go to network security group. I'll create a network security group and name it, let's say, SSH on this one. I'll select the CIDR block. I'll put my IP address /32. Okay, and in here I'll put only SSH. Yeah, I'm gonna allow only SSH. So I'll click create. After this, what I can do, I can go back to this one. I can go to the security list. I can go to the public security list, and I will remove this one. Okay, so only access from my machine will be allowed to do it. Okay, so I'm still connected to this. Yeah, so I'm still in here on the machine, but now I want to connect to the other instance that was created in the backend. Yeah, that instance in the backend, we need to use, yeah, it is in a private subnet, as you can see in here. So what I can do in here, I can use a tool that is called Mobile Extern. I do not have it installed, so what I'm gonna do in here, I'll go to mobile website. As an idea, yeah, it is a free tool, but you have a limitation of 12 sessions that you can save it. Yeah, I recommend to go and do investment into the professional edition. I already have it on my other computer, but yeah, it is very powerful and it's very nice to have it. Yeah, so you can download the Mobile Extern tool, and after you do that, you can do the installation. So let me pause it a little bit until I do the installation for this. Okay, so I have installed Mobile Extern. So now what I can do, I can create a new session. I'll specify SSH that I want to connect. Let me go back to the private IP of the machine. Okay, so I'll copy the private machine of the demo one. Let me put it in here as a remote host. I know that it's an Oracle Linux, so I'm gonna put OPC as the user. I'll click on Advanced SSH settings. Yeah, I'll select the private key that we created earlier. We go to downloads and let me use this key. Okay, now in here, network settings, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the gateway host. Gateway host, it is the IP of the Bastion service that we have in here. Okay, so I will start using this one. The SSH key is the same. Yeah, so let's put it user OPC, use SSH key. Okay, let's create this one. I'll press OK. OK again, and now I will connect to this private IP directly from the internet. Okay, so that is one of the interesting things. Why not? It's not appearing. Okay, so why? Have a space somewhere. Edit. Okay, yeah, so the machine was saved in here. I will double click on it. Execute. I think it's a delay from my instance. Let me pause 1 second. So I have checked why was not allowing me to connect. Yeah, it was something related to the network security group and the security list. So I have to add port 22 again on security list. Okay, so I put it in here again. Yeah, access on this one. I think it's issued with my IP. I think they changed it again. So let me do it from 00. And now if I go back to compute and I'll try to connect to this one. this time, as you can see, yeah, I'm connecting to this IP connection, the external IP, and from there I'm redirected to the other machine. So right now I'm connected to OPC demo 1. OPC demo 1 has a private IP, as you can see, 10.0 10.10.1.204. Yeah, and I'm doing this going through a Bastion service. Yeah, Bastion service. Yeah, this is a machine that I created in there, not service station. So I hope you enjoyed this first part. Yeah, you've seen it, how easy it is to connect to the machine and so on. I will continue with the next part of it by creating additional machines. I will show you a little bit about how to install software before starting even the machine and so on. So see you on the next discussion on OCI Compute. Thank you.